Hi, I'm Curtis, and welcome to the show. Today, we're going to start here in the backyard. However, it'll be in the morning time. I'm recording the opening of the show. What is this? August 9th, about 7:50 in the p.m. And we start out here talking about the garden. Well, I don't want to give it away. Also, my sister and her family are in town visiting, so took them on some sightseeing. Of course, when people come, I take them to my favorite spots, right? They don't know what they miss if you don't show them. So I love going to the drive-through tree up in Leggett. Of course, we did that. And then, again, here I am giving it away. Stick around. I'm going to take them wine tasting, and also we're getting to the city. What else have I got for you today? We're going to repot tomatoes. I might do some cooking. We might drink some champagne and caviar. I should dedicate this show to my friend Robin Leach. Think about you, brother. We love you up there. All right, so let's get into the show. Have some fun, talk tomatoes. We're gonna pick tomatoes, dig potatoes, do the Junior Walker and the All-Star. All right, y'all, I'm Curtis, and it's our show. And one of the reasons I like doing this show is just to let people know that there are more ways to express yourself than just breaking something, For years, I worked in front of the camera with networks like Food Network, ABC. I've done shows with CNN and all these other places. And, you were always at the mercy of a producer or a director. When I shoot this show myself, because it's just me, I'm in control of the content. And I want you all, especially young people who are struggling with ways of expressing themselves. I got to watch how I say that, because a lot of young people, you guys do a better job of expressing yourself on camera than I do. However, when the cameras are off, what do? I love poetry. I love cooking. I love gardening. I love talking with my friends. There are all kinds of ways. In fact, this fall I'm taking a master gardener class, to get even better with my skills, like I'm doing with this thing, learning to edit and record and do my own videos, right? Okay, y'all, let's get the show started. Remember, it's always about spreading love, L-O-V-E, love, right? And let your sun shine all over the place. Peace out. Good morning, friends. We're doing a little walk through the garden today. Now, there's a tomato that I've planted in with my black calla lilies. Here's another tomato plant that I've staked up in this faux wine barrel. And I've got quite a few tomato plants that are popping up. Well, not popping up because I planted them. That's that Southern boy. 1, 2, 3 here. And I've got some more seeds started down here. I've got some potatoes starting in there. These are all tomato plants. So my goal is to have tomatoes all year round. So I'm starting them at different times of the year. I'm also trying to gather seeds. Now, I'm going to let this go to seed. This is the leeks. So I'm going to let that go to seed and try gathering seeds from the leeks. I've got my Japanese eggplant. However, today the focus is going to be on potting some of these tomato plants, okay? And I do have a volunteer in the front yard. If I get a chance, I'm going to take the camera around front and let you take a peek at that. I need to trim these. Please don't eat the daisies back. That is going wild. And this potato plant, look at this thing, it's beautiful. It's so big, it's shading the marigolds and other things here. There's another of my tomato plants, I'm gonna transplant that. Now the goal today, and I did this one last night, I bought these little cloth pots, for lack of a better term. There's a name for it. I have to look at it and see what they call that. So I want to see how this works. I'm going to transplant a lot of these little tomato plants that I've showed you, and we're also going to stake them up. You see how I've staked that? Now, I have discovered a little problem that I've got to work on, because it's kind of loose with that mesh cloth. I've got to really reinforce that stake. So I've got a couple more of these little baskets. Look at that, I called it a basket. A couple more of these little pots that I'm going to fill with soil. And then we'll transplant our tomato plants in there. I've got the garden soil, and I'm always on the lookout where I can find a good price on the soils, the organic soil, so that I can keep my garden organic. I refuse to give up on that rose plant. I think it's going to come back, okay? All right, we're going to set up the cameras, and then we'll start to pot and discuss a little more. Peace, spread love. So I figured I'd show you that this is a tomato plant that has come up on its own, a little volunteer, right in my front yard, in my little area. This is kind of my little peace garden area. And yeah, I need to do some grass cutting there, don't I? Today we'll get that done. I wanted to show you this. And I'm toying with the idea of just leaving it here and see what happens. I'll stake it up and just see how it grows. I believe that's a cherry tomato plant, so we'll see what happens with that. My only concern is that the deer may get up here, and if they get up here, they'll start to really ravish all of this, okay? All right, let's get back there and do some potting. Okay, it's called a smart pot, that little pot I was showing you all, and there's some benefits to it. So we'll see how they grow, and then I'll share with you if I think it's really worth it or not. Now, we've talked about this in previous shows when I'm getting ready to work in the garden. Now, it's early morning. Well, I shouldn't say early morning. It's about 10:15. I've still got the nice morning shade that covers me this part before it gets up to the, midday, and the sun really starts to beat down on me. So I don't really need to cover my arms. I'm not worried about sunburn. I do have my glasses. Now, these are my prescription glasses. However, they do tint up and become sunglasses, so I can have them outside as well. Although I really like my prescription sunglasses when I'm working out here. They're in the car, so I'm going to leave them there. I've got a kneeling pad today as opposed to my knee pads. When I'm wearing long pants, I put those on. I think I've got all my equipment that we need. I've got the soil in the wheelbarrow. I'll slice that open so we can get to it without really having to strain. Since the surgery, I'm really watching what I lift. What else? Oh, that old saying about plan your work, then work your plan. So think through what you want to do before you go out to the garden, whether it's in the morning, afternoon, or evening. Kind of think about it before you do it. Make your little notes to yourself. Or what I do is I talk them into my iPhone, so I get everything down. And my iPhone, well, sometimes it doesn't hear me properly. It spells correctly, it just doesn't hear me right. So, and then that autocorrect. So what I've done here, I've got some stakes that I'm going to use, different types of stakes. Now, when I'm having work done around the house, whether it's fencing or whatever, and there's scraps left over, I try to keep these because these make excellent stakes and they're white, so it matches my fence. What I've done with this one here is I've just put some notches in there so that the twine will stick to it, because these are really slick sides, okay? Now you can get dials at Home Depot or Lowe's, Walmart, any of those places you can buy those. However, why not just use something that we already have? Now these are some of the stakes I picked up. I think I got these at HD, Home Depot. I can't remember if they're $5 or what was the price. Now these will last forever. That's the great thing about these is, I've got some from last year and the year before, so we keep cycling those through. Now these little ones like this, and I'm not sure if you can see those well at home, they are great for my gladiolas and some of my the smaller plants. Tomato plants, I'm finding, are just too heavy for these little racks like this. So let's get to work. First things first, excuse me while I turn my back to you. I'm going to move the wheelbarrow forward. Really, a wheelbarrow in the garden is a good thing to have, because you can do so much into it. You can put the heavy things in so you don't have to lug them around so much. I've got about 100 pounds of dirt in there. And then I'm going to start to just fill this pot. I'm going to get the base covered so that we can get our tomatoes in there, okay? And I keep a little, whether it's a knife or a X-Acto blade or something like that, so I can just cut into it and make it easier to get it out. Plus you don't spill soil all over the place, because once that soil gets loose in my stones, the next thing you know, we have weeds coming up. And who likes weeds? Ugh, I don't. All right, so let's fill this up. I need to grab a shovel to fill this up. Here we are, back in black. I love that little AC/DC. So before it gets too heavy, I'm going to lift this up here. And again, y'all, it's always about, not only in the kitchen, also in the garden, about being safe. And for me, one of the key elements of trying to be safe nowadays is protecting myself post-surgery. Doctor said to me, Dr. Patel said, one of the biggest concerns is to make sure I don't get hernias. So it's important for me not to overlift. And yeah, you know, sometimes we try to get too macho and pick up something that we know we shouldn't be lifting. And I've been trying to be very, very careful about that. So I'm trying to keep that weightlifting limit down. Okay, so it'll hold its shape here. And then I want to find the location where it works best. See how that's kind of flopping over? I don't want that. I want the bottom to stay, there we go. So at this point, I may start adding, I've got some of my soil from the beds in this container to give it a nice blend. So I add some of that in there. And now we've got to find our plant to go in there, which our tomato plant, tomato. Do you say tomato or tomato? Okay. Take your time. Am I hearing a wood? I've got a woodpecker that comes up. It's on our the telephone pole, and it pecks into the metal part. It just cracks me up. What does she or he want? Don't they realize, hey, they can't drill through that? So just fill this all the way up. And the great thing about this soil is it's full of nutrients. There we go. Now, let us find a tomato plant that we're going to transplant. I think this one looks really good right here. Let me see if I can get the camera over so you can see the one I'm speaking of. Yeah, that's the one that we're going to try transplant today. And what I tried to do here is I'll come in and I want to get a good root ball. Now there's a pepper plant. I bought this. It's a jalapeno, and I just don't like jalapenos. Lisa does though, so you got to grow stuff that the ones you love enjoy as well, right? So I want to get a nice root ball. So I usually go about 3 inches around. I do a little circle cut all the way around, and about half as deep as the plant is long, I want to go in there. Does that make sense? So this plant is about, what, 6, 8 inches long. So I'm trying to go 4 inches deep, which is about the length of my little trowel here, my little, what are these things called? You know. Somebody put it in the chat for me so I don't get it wrong. Let's see if we got a good root ball. Yeah, look at that. You see how those roots are shining up there? Okay, now we'll go over and transplant it. Or should I say repot it? All right, so we have a nice little root ball here. Oops, let me try this over. I've got my little kneeling pad that I can lean on, and there's our nice little root ball. I'm going to take this over and just try to center it. There we go. I'm going to dig down just a little bit into our little pot, make a hole for it, and then we'll add more soil. Hold those roots together while you're doing it. There we go. Now, I don't really have to stake this one today. I can give it a week or two to let it really get stronger. However, I want you to do that. I'm going to add more of the soil, and then I'm going to water this really well. Also, remove some of these little suckers like that. We'll take those little, and I just throw them right back in the pot. They break down as a mulch, okay? And it also keeps it so the plant can get air around at the bottom, the roots there, keep from getting dry rot. Okay, so that's our plan for today. I've got a few more things that I want to transplant like this. I'm going to repot some of these tomatoes, and then I'll show you what they look like when they get done. Yeah, let's go to the kitchen and cook something. What do you think? I think that one needs to be watered a little bit since yesterday. All right, y'all. Have fun. Peace. Spread love. Okay, friends. So now we're going to take on one of the jobs in the front yard, and I need to thank Lisa for pushing me to do this because I've been so focused in the back, and she says, "Honey, the front is terrible, so I want you to stop the back and work on the front." So what we've done here is built this little border. I've always wanted to kind of break the yard from the sidewalk, and also put this little block in, right? And Rob Burkhart did this work for us, and we carved out the where the water main is. I used to have the hardest time with weeds in this area, so I wanted to just get rid of it. And we're going to fill this in with white rock. I've got the rocks there, so I don't know if I want to bore you by having you watch me do these rocks. I'll do a couple, and then we'll show you when it's done, okay? Emoji C here, gonna walk you through what Curtis's process should be. He's gonna glove up, of course, because he's gonna protect those hands. And then we're gonna lay out the bags of rocks one at a time, because as Curtis said, since the surgery, he's gotta protect himself from hernia. Remember that in your garden too, safety, safety, safety. Speed it up to Charlie Chaplin mode, and then we'll zip through these rocks, get a nice smooth layer, and we'll see what they look like. Peace. Hey friends, Emoji C here. Before we show you the finished white rocks and the tomatoes, how they look now, because that was filmed about 2 weeks ago, Curtis has his sister, Portia, and her family out visiting, and we had some fun over the weekend. Take a look at some of this video with Portia Renice Aikens Humphrey, Stewart Humphrey, my brother-in-law, and Lauren Aikens, my niece. Peace, spread love. All right, everyone, we are at Leggett, and we're going to the chandelier tree. This is one of my favorite things in the world to do. Lisa and my sister Regina don't care much for this. However, oh, wrong thing. I'm trying to fold my mirrors. What does it say, mirror fold?
It says fold mirrors right in the second left. Oh, wait, 2 over. Yeah, right there.
There we go. Okay, sorry, y'all. I got my sunglasses on, so seeing through here. Okay, chandelier tree, height 315 feet.
Good God,
Wow.
damn.
Diameter 21 feet, maximum age 2,400 years. Lord have mercy. Portia, now I gotta be able to see over there.
All right, you good on this side. I got you on this side.
Thank you, Stu.
I got you on this
All
side.
right, we're gonna go through and pause in the middle.
You good. You good.
I love this.
You good.
Is this cool or what? Now look straight up. There's a hole in the roof.
What are you talking about, brother?
Well, you can't see it because of there's a hole in the middle of the tree.
Let's see if we can take a close-up of the tree. No,
right,
pose
take-
for the
take
tree
it.
over there.
What? Oh.
Turn around, take a picture.
Get
Take
that
a
shot.
picture.
Where?
Make the paper.
Where you talking about? He just snapped.
As I was saying earlier, my sister Portia and her husband Stewart are here celebrating their 21st wedding anniversary. Take a look at this we had for dinner. And they love dessert. Well, so do I.
Got a little variety here for you
Oh,
guys.
thank you.
Oreos,
Oh
my God, that looks like beignets, right?
Guys,
Oh my gosh.
guys.
Hey, turn it around so I get a good picture of that.
Yeah, come on. Smile. No.
Oh my goodness.
I got them. I want to get the picture of the food. Got it. I got this. I'm trying to get the picture of the dessert. Thank you, Jared.
Hold on, let me fix my hair.
Oh, so nice.
Spin around so I can read it one time.
Lisa, take a picture. Can you take a picture? Sure.
Tell Chef he outdid himself. That's gorgeous.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
You got the better.
Wow.
Nice.
Everybody, this is Rob.
Hey, how you
Best
guys
server
doing?
at, where are we at
Welcome
today?
to Gloria Ferrer. Here,
Thank you very much.
Here, follow me over here.
Ah, yeah.
Check this view out behind us. Oh my goodness. Hey, you're in Georgia? Well, welcome to California, you guys. I'll be your
All right,
friend.
Rob, would you do me a big favor?
Sure.
Come over. Tell us what we did today here.
Oh yeah, we got the 3 cheeses here. With the goat cheese is a Gouda.
The goat?
Yeah.
Gouda?
The one with the rind on the bottom there, that's a Manchego Italian
That was good.
cow milk cheese. And the Toma is a cheddar sheep
Oh,
very smooth.
now tell us about these beautiful olives we got here.
Yeah, you know, we don't have olives, they're caper berries. And if you haven't
Caper
had
berries.
do you know
Thank
what
you.
everybody knows capers, right?
Oh, yeah.
But did you know it's the part of the flower? It's the bud end, and the petals fall off. That will continue to grow into a caper berry. And we also, so they pickled them like caper. So it has that olive pickle caper kind of flavor to it. I just discovered these recently. I love them.
Fabulous, huh?
Yeah,
All right,
they're
brother.
so
So, what's your favorite thing to do out here at Glory for Rock when you're not working?
Oh, I only come here to work.
Oh! Pound it.
No, I mean, I'm new here. I need to come up for the lunch. I'm really impressed with the brunch. I've been serving brunch all morning. They have the French toast, stuff with goat cheese and ricotta, with a little drizzle of honey on there for the first course.
Nice.
And then second course is, you can choose eggs Benedict or paella, breakfast paella.
Oh,
and then you
wow.
have a dessert course with wine the whole way through. I mean,
Love
it's
it, Rob.
amazing.
Love it.
Yeah.
So, where you say you're new here? Where from?
I grew up in Napa.
Okay.
I'm new at working here for about 3 months now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate
Oh,
you big time.
Of course. I served you guys some of this special caviar. Can you see it down here? We have olive oil, potato chips, cucumber, creme fraiche, and this caviar is white sturgeon. It's a full ounce of caviar for you guys. So
I love it, man.
we serve this all day long. The bread is, it's not, we don't make the bread. We get it from a local source. But the olive oil, see these trees around us? Actually, if you can point down to the driveway.
As we're driving in, right?
See those 2 rows? They're olive trees. Okay. I learned that you harvest olive only every other
It was just him on
February. January, February.
Every other
We
year.
harvest those, and we do make this olive oil right here. You're gonna taste
So only in January and February you harvest?
every other year.
Oh,
yeah.
every other year, okay.
Yeah, so grapes are every year, only once a year. Olive trees are every other year. They have to grow for a full 2 years before you harvest.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And so yeah, we make the special olive oil for you guys, and it's for sale too, little small bottles. And our gift shop's right here.
Cool.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, Rob, could I?
Time, Rob. We got
Okay. Lemon tarts.
lemon tarts.
And then locally sourced honey that you dip these biscuits in there.
Perfect. Rob, you the man, my brother.
Doctor, you can eat these, right?
These are Stewart's angels, not Charlie's angels, but Blue Steel. Word them up. What would a visit to San Francisco be if you didn't look at the bridge from all sides? Take a look where I took Portia and Stewart. What was that? There it is. I got y'all the video too. All right, Stewart, Lauren. Stewart, Portia, what do you think of San Francisco?
100% awesome.
Peace out. Okay, here we are, August 9th. I got the rocks in. want to get more color on this side of the trail. Let's go to see what the rest of the rocks look like. There we go. Then that speed motion, it's coming together. I want to put boxes in to kind of give this a better look. We got another case of, should I say case, I mean palette of the white stones. Go over our side walkway to the side of the yard. All right, y'all. You're having a great day. Peace. So here we are visiting our tomatoes that we repotted in those smart pots, and they're doing quite well. This one went through a bit of shock, however, it's bouncing back nicely. I went ahead and trimmed up some of the bad stems there, and just a little bit of shock. Now the one that I have in the faux wine barrel, we've got our first red wine. Look at it, isn't it gorgeous? I kind of like this potting in tomatoes in the smart pots. All right, let's wrap up the show. Everyone, this is our server tonight, Jared.
Like this.
All right, well, just teach us the Frenchie.
Yeah.
All right.
It's really good.
So you can even pick small things up.
Man,
Not so quick when you follow you.
let's go ahead.
And here at the name of the restaurant again, Jared, is,
Yeah, just you. What was
the
that?
name of the restaurant we're at tonight is
630 Park.
630
Yeah, here in
Park.
Runner Park, California.
We love this place, celebrating the anniversary.
Yeah.
Now, Jared, when you get a chance, I want to see a picture of that baby.
All right.
Can I put her on my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Her name again is
Delilah.
Delilah, everybody. Delilah, Jared's baby is 1 month old. Oh, Delilah. She just, what's the Delilah song? There's a song about Delilah. Everybody, this is Delilah. Is she gorgeous or what? Wow, I'm glad she takes out the mama, Jared. Jerry?
Yeah, she's almost a month.
She's about a month old.
Yeah.
Jared, I'm gonna let you step back so we can see your face.
Okay.
Now pull the mask down so we can see that gorgeous face. That's Delilah's daddy, everybody. Thank you, brother.
All right.
Appreciate
Yeah, of course.
Best server in the house.
Oh, yeah.
I got my host.
Watch out for rabbits.
I did. I said, watch out. Hey, all right, y'all. Let me get that picture. I got that on video, Stu. I got there.
Watch out, I stand stop.
So watch out for the rattlesnakes. Everybody, Aikens, hey, Stewart, Humphrey, Aikens.